Hi again then guys, and welcome to another Forza 7 tune setup. And sometimes the cars that we tune up, even prototypes or formula cars, don't necessarily need to be the absolute fastest that we tune. And I can, of all people, understand this perfectly because a lot of the cars that I love to use are not necessarily the best. My favourite Le Mans prototype ever is the Panoz LMP1. It's not a race winner, it's not a dominant force, but I love it anyway. I also love the Cadillac LMP. Again, not exactly a dominant racer, I just like the car. Now this tune is kind of like that, because I'm not a huge fan of the car, but this is a tune for those people who are. Now the car in question is the Ferrari F333SP. This car back on Forza 2 was a monster. It was almost untouchable in terms of cornering ability. I remember me and a buddy of mine used to fly around Laguna Seca in this thing trying to beat each other's lap times. It was the kind of car which I always used to say, it was so good through corners. It's the only car I'd ever driven on a game where you could decide if you wanted to brake or not. It felt that good. Now it's not that dominant anymore, but it's certainly not slow. So this is a tune for those people who don't expect it to be the best, but they just like the car and they want to be able to, at the very least, have enough speed to keep up under most circumstances. That's where this tune comes in. Because as you can see, 221 miles per hour, it's not the best of any prototype, of course not. Certainly against Group C's it's not, but it's pretty quick on its own. So it gives you that kind of speed when you need it. Now for the gearbox, I'd recommend a final drive of 3.6, then individual gears of 2.54, 2, 1.65, 1.38, 1.12. Then as far as alignment, I have got 1 degree of camber. You don't have to, you could go neutral. I often do, but you know, it's down to you. We've got neutral toe, 5 degrees of caster, anti-roll on 17 and 12, springs are stock for the stiffness itself, ride height as low as possible, which is very low on this car. Dampers we've got on 7 and 5. Aero, of course, is as low as possible for top-end speed, but as with most of my prototype tunes, if you need to use it on a handling track, all you need to really change is increase the downforce, and you're good to go. But of course you will lose some top speed from that. As far as the diff, I've just rounded it off basically to 70% and 15 for accel and decel, and that's it for the tune. So apart from that, you can de-restrict the car, you can homologate the car, but beyond that you can basically just repurpose this essential tune to whatever upgrades you've done. Now of course the speed that you get from it in homologation tune, in unlimited tune, whatever, will vary. So don't expect it to always be the same, but this just gives you the building blocks to work from there, either for online racing or career mode racing, whatever. So all that remains, of course, is to actually take the car out on the Le Mans to see what it's capable of. Now, around Le Sart, even with the chicanes, you can get this thing up around 215 to 16, of course, even more with slipstream as well, but it goes to show that even though it's not the strongest of top-end cars in the prototype class, it's got that speed when you need it, and of course without the chicanes you can go higher, up around the 220 region. So if you do decide to use this tune, or alternately you can get it from my storefront on Forza 7 using the keywords down below, then I hope, of course, if you enjoy the car, then I hope you enjoy the tune as well. And if you did, you can click through at the end of this video to see plenty, hundreds in fact, more tunes that I've done for various Forza games at the end of this video. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.